Hey, this is a short video about how I have now connected my Fatshark Attitude SDs to my Dragonlink using the head tracker cable, so that on my TBS Discovery with Tim's Gimbal, this is not a Discovery Pro, this is just a normal Discovery, but with Tim's Gimbal I'm now able to look down or look up using the gimbal and using the head tracker. So I can fly normally, and when I'm flying over, let's say, a building or something like that, and want to, as I'm flying over, look down over it, then I can use the head tracker to activate the tilt mechanism on my gimbal controller via Dragonlink. So what I've done is I took the one of the cables that came with the Dragonlink. You can do this with either the Futaba one or the one that looks like this on both ends. What I have done is I have taken, you might not be able to see it in this video, but the bottom left pin is ground and the bottom right pin is PPM. And what I did is I just used a multimeter just to check which pin connected to which cable. So ground on that cable is, let's see if I can get it in the light there, let's turn it around this way. The ground cable is black and the PPM cable is red. No need to, don't use any power or anything like that. The Fatsharks are still powered by another battery. So in this cable that I had, it was the black cable ground, red cable PPM. What I have done is I actually ordered one of these connectors. I can't remember, they're 3-pin Molex, I think they're called, and the actual pins to fit inside the connector. It was quite difficult to find those, but did some research so I could make my own cable. So that plugs in there quite nicely into the tracker port. What I then did was I used the looked at the instructions and of the Attitude SDs, and what I did was I powered up the Fatsharks while holding down the tracker reset button, and then it goes into a menu system, and I think after, it's in the manual, after 6 beeps then you push the button again and it exits that menu, and 6 beeps means that it will put the head tracker on the last 2 channels of the PPM signal. I think I say that right, so I think it's channel 6 and 7. That's very important because the Dragonlink is set up to read the last 2 channels of the PPM signal for your head tracker. So if you have it set on like channel, I think it's 5 and 6 is the factory default, then your Dragonlink won't sense that. So read the manual on the Attitude SDs to set it to the last, I think it's channel 7 and 8, and read the manual on the Dragonlink on the fact that it has to be on the last 2 channels. Yeah, okay. So once I had that set, I to the right channel, then I powered on my Fatsharks. First of all, sorry, I connected the head tracker cable, powered on my Fatsharks. Then what I did was I put the Dragonlink into bind mode. Again in the manual, hold down the bind button, plug in the power. Obviously make sure you have your antenna all the time. Plug in the power by holding down the bind button until the LED goes yellow. It actually looks a bit orange on this one. Let go and then it will flash continuously yellow. Power on your TX, And what will happen is that then obviously it'll rebind to your TX, and it's important to do that because when you bind your Dragonlink TX to your receiver, what it will do is it will take how many channels are actually coming on the PPM signal from the radio port, and it will add any other channels that are available. So obviously there's 2 channels here, so it'll take, in this case I got a DX8, it'll take 8 channels on the radio, and it'll take the extra 2 channels on from the Fatsharks, from the head tracker. So then it will give me a total of 10 channels. Now if I bind it before without putting the Fatsharks in, it'll only sense, you've got 8 channels, so I'll bind 8 channels. So make sure you have that set, channel 7 and 8 I think it is. Check the manual, the last two channels. Have it plugged in, rebind, so go through the binding procedure, and yeah, then it's ready to go. So what I'll do is I'll show you what's happening here then to make the gimbal work. First of all, let's plug in the head tracker cable. So, and then we will power on the goggles. It's a bit difficult to do this with one hand, so bear with me. Plug in the Fatsharks, switch them on. Okay, so I've already gone through the binding procedure here, and then what I'm going to do is I will switch on my Dragonlink receiver. So first of all, I'll plug in my PPM. My radio is probably going to shout because I got high throttle or something like that. Let's see. No, I'm safe enough there. Then I'll plug in the power, and I made a modification in the back here. I've got the LiPo battery, and what I've done is I've actually soldered in a JST connector in the back here, and yeah, super glued it in place so that then I can just take this JST connector to power up my Dragonlink. I just checked the antennas in, and then I'm going to power up my Dragonlink. So Dragonlink is now on, and DX8 is ready to go and is in slave mode because it's connected. Then I will plug in the battery. Just a sec, I'll put you down. So I plugged in the battery to my Discovery, and the gimbal is now set. So hang on a second, let me just put my goggles in view here, and if I look up, maybe I should have recalibrated it, but just for the sake of this video I won't power up my goggles again with on a flat surface. So it's just to show you that if I were to look down, then the gimbal will look down. So if I fly over something, I can look down and see and record with the GoPro, and then if I look level again, pretend that that's level, and then if I look up, that works. So now I have the ability to use my head tracker and the Fatsharks connected with Dragonlink through my DX8, and being able to use if we see here, the pitch. So what I have done is I have connected a wire into the pitch input here, and then I have taken, because it's a DX8, all of the 8 channels here on the front are from my DX8, but the extra 2 channels from the head tracker are obviously the next 2 channels, so channel 9 and channel 10. So channel 9 would be the pan, and channel 10 is the tilt. What I had to do also to configure this was I had to reverse the direction of the tilt, because when I was looking down it was going up, and when I was looking up it was going down. So again, in the Fatshark manual you enter into the configuration menu and wait for the number of beeps to reverse the direction of the tilt. So all of that's in the Fatshark manual. So yeah, hope this video's of use. Any questions, just leave some comments, give us a thumbs up if this was handy, and yeah, cheers, all the best.